Hello and welcome to Jeremy's Yorkshire allotment adventures on what is, well, it's not exactly summer. In fact, today, Sunday the 22nd of September, here in the UK, is actually the last official day of summer. It sort of stretches between the 20th and 22nd, so last few days actually. And well, it's come with a bang. It's absolutely throwing it down. So I'm inside my greenhouse. I hope you're lovely and warm. I hope you sat there with your feet up with a nice cuppa, because I wish I was, but I'm here in the greenhouse. A few jobs still to do here until of course we get into the proper autumn weather. Or having said that, as I said, it's chucking it down with rain. So great to have you on board. Sit back, relax and enjoy today's show. Yes, there's still plenty to do here on the allotment, and I'm preparing now, hopefully for the next 8 weeks or so, because in here, in front of me, I've got some carrots, and these are the round Atlas carrots. They're in a very shallow container because they don't actually need that much space. I've popped them in here. They're going to stay inside the greenhouse because, of course, now it's time. It's getting a bit colder, of course. Varying weather conditions like we've got today, and so these are going to do really, really well here. I put them into moistened brand new compost, so they're going to have lots of nutrients to keep them going in, well, a sun-starved environment now. So hopefully, fingers crossed, these won't get attacked like all of the carrots that I've had outside this year. I'm going to keep a very, very close eye on them. I've checked everything round, and I can't see anything that's going to get in this shrub off the floor and eat my carrots. I've also popped a few leeks in here as well, so fingers crossed they'll come. The rest of the leeks will go outdoors and they're fine. So the carrots, how long? Approximately 6 to 8 weeks. We should get some lovely carrots coming up, and if my reckoning's right, we'll have some carrots for Christmas Day. So isn't that amazing? Brilliant. Well, I'm doing a bit of tidying up here in the allotments actually, getting ready. I've got my pots, I've emptied them all that we've used last year, and even behind me here we've got a complete selection of them. They're going to be washed out and they'll be drying over the Christmas period until we start again next year. Can you believe it? Thinking about next year already. Let's pop off, shall we, over to Wakefield, to Darren. Now Darren's had an amazing season, and I can't remember whether or not, I've been through my videos, whether I showed you his melon he grew. Absolutely, it looks lovely. In fact, here's a photograph, and look at the colour of this melon, and apparently it tasted absolutely delicious. So congratulations, look at that, plenty of seeds for next year. Hope you've kept some of those handy, and well, they may grow again next year. Obviously, if they're an F1 variety, a hybrid variety, they may not take, but it's worth having a go and seeing if you can get some new melons from that very source. Brilliant stuff. While we're in Wakefield, let's look at some of the other things Darren's got. By the way, there may be a bit of a shaky cam going on because the camera's outside the greenhouse. I've put a little tarpaulin up. It's just touching the camera. So, oh, there you are, a little wobble. I'll try and get on as soon as I can. And let's get to the end of this video before you get too much interference from the weather. So, yes, let's pop back to Darren and look at these tomatoes. Aren't they wonderful? They're a bit gnarly and a bit tight, but well, fingers crossed they're a nice juicy tomato. Get them sliced, bit of salt on there. Oh, I bet they're absolutely delicious. If not, chop them up and get them into a homemade sauce, bit of garlic. Oh, absolutely lovely. You can freeze that too, and you're about to use it in all of your pasta dishes for next year or whenever you want once it's frozen. Brilliant stuff. You've also got, getting ready now for winter, of course, your sprouts, and they're doing really, really well. So congratulations on your sprouts too. Here you have some chilies, and I think these are quite hot chilies. They're purple. Never seen a purple one before because I've always grown the red variety. Now, speaking of chilies, give me 1 second. I'll just pop this down here for the moment, and I'll bring in my chili container. These, quite happily, have been sat outside until just recently when it all started to go a bit wrong with the weather. We started having frosts. Yes, early morning frosts, can you believe it? But this is doing really well. Now, I've taken some photographs because when I popped in the greenhouse this morning, I just peeled them back, and in here we've actually got them turning red, and that's really, really exciting. So I've got lots more flowers on. It seems to like it in this environment. Again, got to keep popping in, keeping an eye, because I don't want anything coming out of the soil to eat my beautiful, beautiful peppers. So that's a really, really lovely celebration, and they're still coming. There's lots and lots of, they must really love the soil it's in. So that's those lovely peppers. They're a hot one. They're a cyan, so they'll be really washing my hands afterwards. And in fact, I've got some somewhere drying out. Oh, here we are. These fell off the plant. I've not dried them very well. They've gone a bit squishy, so possibly not quite good for use, but I can utilise the seeds inside of these. So we'll keep the fingers crossed there and for those. Now, this is my French tarragon, and I've got it here. In fact, two more behind me. I've not yet taken them off, but they are still coming. Now, what happened was, when we had the frost, that's why everything's come into the greenhouse, believe it or not, it started to scorch the leaves. And if I just pull a few off at the bottom here, you can actually see, look, completely going a different colour. They're yellowing, and they were being scorched by the frost. They weren't covered. Luckily, taken most of the scorched leaves off, and they can just be discarded. But what's means is that it's still growing beautifully. As I say, you can take the whole sprig off, the whole thing, dry them out nicely, and you can utilise them. In fact, I've just used my last of my dried tarragon at home, so I've got plenty here. I've got 3 plants. I'm very, very, very lucky, which is amazing. The last thing, and it's really, I'm so excited by the whole thing. Right behind me here, I hope you can see, I've actually got 1, 2, 3, 6 tomatoes. Yes, I finally got some tomatoes. Oh, I'm so pleased. They're coming nicely. I'm leaving them on. They get really watered. I'm hoping now in here, then they may go red. I'm letting them grow a little bit longer. If they don't turn red, what I can do, place them in a bowl in the house with a cloth over the top, and pop them with a rotten or rottening banana. As it turns black and starts to decay, it gives off a lovely enzyme which should turn these red. If not, I'll do a green chutney. The other thing I can do is actually pop it in my shed, take it out of the soil, hang it upside down, and that also will help it to turn red. I don't know how it all works. It's Mother Nature. Isn't that absolutely wonderful? So very lucky here. Still getting raspberries, believe it or not, and I'll take a photograph in the rain for you all. Lots and lots of raspberries have come. I've actually getting some more roses, which is absolutely brilliant. So you can remember now, we're heading towards, you can still plant lots of things out. If you've got winter cabbages, they'll love it over the winter months. Get those outside now. Maybe possibly wait today to see whether or not this calms down a little bit. It's been fantastic to be back. Thank you once again for all your contributions. Thank you for your questions and your messages. It's really good to be back. Sorry I've been away for so long. Life sometimes just takes over. And well, I'm back and it's great. Good to have you on board. Thank you once again for watching Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. I'll take some photographs, hopefully, if the roses survived, and we'll have some of those lovely raspberries to end. I'll see you next time here on Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. Ta-ra for now.